Namaste to all of you. Though I thank Keshav ji and his wife Vananda ji. My wife is Priya is also here. I thank all the organizers and the ashram founders Guru. Though he has introduced, I will add a few things about my background. So it may of help to you to ask questions and have an interactive session. So from young age I have been very much interested in natural healing. Food is medicine. My mother is a guru, like everybody of you. All of us, the first guru is the mother. So she is the vaithya of every home. She is a doctor and her medical store or pharmacy store is the kitchen. She will have all the medications, the pharmacy store there. And her medicine is, in Tamil we have Anjarapatti. There will be 5, what do you call in Telugu I don't know, but you understand. Correct. All the main 5 things will be the turmeric, pepper, jeera, all these 5 essential things, fenugreek, all that is the first medicine she will offer. So like that I learned, and then I did my PhD in cancer biology in Madurai, went to US, worked in Roswell Park Cancer Institute in Buffalo, New York. Everybody will know Niagara Falls. So it's very near the Niagara Falls. So there I encountered many people. One lady, she had breast cancer and the doctors said she will die in 3 months. If somebody tells here, we will say if we have money we will take to US and have the best treatment. But in US if the doctors say no hope, where will they go? So somebody told her that there is an Ayurvedic doctor come from India, you can meet her. She came to me, and then at that time I was married and we were in an apartment in 1999, and she came with high hopes because only 3 months to live. She and her daughter came and she said, what type of medicine will you give? Ayurvedic. I said, I'm sorry, I'm not an Ayurvedic doctor. I use panchabootham, 5 elements. And she said, what is that? I said, you have to take some food and then you have to do water therapy, you have to do yoga, you have to do deep breathing, relaxation. She immediately started crying. She got up from the seat and told her daughter, let's leave because this guy has no medicines to offer. I'm going to die. In 3 months, you will not have your mother. So I felt very sorry for her. We both cannot do anything to her. So when she was leaving, I asked her, if you have any complication that you are struggling with, any health complication, you tell me that. She said, I have severe constipation. And I know that is the important cause for most of the disease. So I said, start with water therapy, drinking 1.5 liters of water in the morning. And if you feel any change and if you have any questions, you let me know. She said and she went. After 3 days she called me and said, what are the 5 things you said? I said, again they repeated. Then I asked, what about the water therapy? She said, never in my life I had very free bowel movement. So many medications I took. Very simple water therapy cured. Now I want to know all the 5. Then I said, you have to learn meditation and yoga. My wife taught her. Even now she tells, she is the only person who was very, very curious like a small child or very good student. Like tomorrow what the teacher is going to teach, today itself study and come. So she will say, tomorrow what yoga posture you will tell me, I will learn, I practice at home and come tomorrow. Like that she learned very fast. So she came in April 1999, June is what the deadline for her given by world's first hospital, Roswell Park Cancer Institute in Buffalo, New York. So June went away, July came. Then she thought, okay, I'm living now. So what the doctor said did not come true. So then August came, she went to check up. She had initially a breast cancer. So it had spread everywhere. The doctor said no cure. Chemotherapy failed, radiation failed. So, but in July when they took the scan, they were astonished. No trace of cancer anywhere except a small lump in the breast. Then she again came, she hugged me in the hospital where I was working, and then she said she will continue with this 5 therapies. She continued, and then 2000 I got a job in a food testing company in Iowa from nearby Chicago. So we both moved. She was in tears, but she requested one thing. So already now it had become almost 1 year she had got the treatment. She was doing perfectly fine. She was working in a bakery. She started to go back to work. She was working happily with her grandchildren. She was enjoying life. She asked only one thing. I have made a blanket. You know, in USA, women in their hobby time, they knit blanket. So she gave the blanket and told my wife, when you have a child, when you give birth to a baby, my request is, first when the baby you receive, please receive in this blanket because of you only I am living. So we did that. She had the courage to have our baby born, not in hospital in US, in apartment. So she gave birth to our son. Now he is in the final year in US studying. So what she did was followed our parambarai, vaithiyam, exercise, relaxation, not taking any stress. So everybody was astonished. In US, in apartment, how can you give birth without doctor and nurse? So she showed that courage, and now the video is very viral, though our son is now 22. So all that experience is what I wanted to share, but time is very limited. Before I go into the topic, I like to add one more thing, why we are here. So we have been planning, after our son is in college, we will return to India, having so many charitable activities we will do. So in COVID time, before COVID we came, but before we could go back, lockdown came, so we got here. So she said one thing, why don't we start the lab we were planning in Arizona, in Chennai, because all the tests which our parents were doing, and I think unfortunately some of you also will be doing, is regularly checking glucose levels, whether you have urea, creatinine levels, cholesterol is high, uric acid is high, but all these are tests for telling, sorry to say, negatively that you have disease. And is there any way to cure it? I don't think anybody got cured. But what is the real medicine is, food is medicine, and that food, are we eating correctly? Is there any diagnostic test? No. But in research in US and Europe, all over the world, polyphenols are the medicinal compound present in every food that we eat. That nobody tests. We started testing in food, and we started to see which food has more of polyphenol, because polyphenol is the one which cures every disease, or to say every organ it protects. So we started doing that, and she started with the name Amma Genomics. Amma means, mother, but it is actually accurate molecular mutational analytical genomics. That became short as Amma Genomics. So we started with food testing. We had employed more than 40 youth between age of 18 to 24. They were eating junk food, ordering from Swiggy and everything. We kept on telling like parents, don't eat this, you will become unhealthy. They listen this way and get out this way. Nobody followed. But one time, for a research purpose, a 24-year-old, our employee, I asked him to volunteer to give some blood for our research. When we took the syringe, blood from the syringe, it immediately became like a yellow mass inside the syringe. Everybody rushed to see that he had such high triglycerides and cholesterol that in the injection, in the syringe, when the blood was drawn, it had solidified like ghee, butter. So that is when he started to change. Then we started testing for polyphenols. Then after polyphenols, we started doing all the tests, which I will also show in the presentation. So the topic is stress management. I want an interactive session, but time is up. So I thought that I will first ask you questions. What are the doubts you have? Then I will do the presentation. But because of time frame, then maybe I can put it in the end. So again, coming back to Tirupati, Kapila Tirtham Road is what the address he gave. So first stress management course was given by Kapila Acharya in Bhagavatam. I'm sure you all know Bhagavatam. After Mahabharata writing, Vyasa Muni, he felt he is not complete. He edited all these Puranas and then wrote Mahabharata. But he said something is lacking in him. He is not able to complete it. So then Narada Rishi said, write Bhagavatam. And in Bhagavatam, in 5th canto, he talks about his mother, Devahuti Amma. She was the first person maybe to ask about stress management. How do I handle stress? So actually she asked her husband, Kardama Maharshi, that I am the most blessed wife. I'm not going into Bhagavatam, it is a long story, very fascinating, you can read it, but if I'm lucky sometime later I can come and talk what she asked. So she asked her husband, all our 7 daughters have been well settled, married to Sapta Rishis. You are such a lovable husband, but my mind is restless, not at all happy, very much stressed. Why? He said, I'm busy in meditation, you read the Vedas. So she went and took the Vedas. She could not understand all the 4 Vedas, because for any subject you need a guide, otherwise you cannot understand. So she asked what to do. Then her husband said, I'm very sorry, I'm a senior citizen now, busy in meditation like we are all. So very fortunate to have meditation at least in the old age. So he said, why don't you pray Mahavishnu? He took avatars. He can take avatar. He will come as an avatar and teach you. And that is the story behind Kapila Maharshi. He is the incarnation of Mahavishnu. So wherever Mahavishnu's important temples are there, there will be a Kapila Tirtham. Correct? Here you have Kapila Tirtham. So he, when he was young, when he grew up, his mother was waiting to have a stress management course. When he was 8, he asked, my boy, everything is there for me, but my mind is not happy, restless, stressed. And your dad asked me to read Vedas, I don't understand. What should I do?